and welcome to Backstage with Gallery Theater. I'm Debbie Harmon Ferry, and today I am thrilled to have Daphne Riddle with us. Hello, Daphne.
Hi.
Daphne, can you maybe introduce yourself, say how old you are, what grade you're in?
Yeah, so I'm Daphne Riddle. I'm 17 and I'm a junior at McMinnville High School.
Terrific. And can you remember when you first became involved with gallery?
Yeah, so I was in third grade. I auditioned for the best Christmas pageant ever at Gallery, and I think I had just turned 9 at the time I was auditioning, so I was little.
Yes, excellent. And so I didn't actually know that was your first your first experience. So now that you say that, I feel like I've set this up. But um, I assume you were cast in that show.
I was by Debbie. Yeah, I was. I played Gladys Herdman.
Great. And can you tell me just a little bit about the story and then Gladys, what her role is in that?
Yeah, so the best Christmas pageant ever is about, I think there's like 6 siblings or 8 siblings, and they're all kind of troublemakers, but they end up being in a church's like Christmas program, and they cause some havoc there. And I played Gladys, who is the youngest Herdman sibling, and she is described as like fiercest, meanest. So that was fun to play because she's just definitely a troublemaker.
Typecasting.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Nice. Well, and that was not your last production at Gallery. So you've been in some other things too, right? Can you tell me about a few of the other things you've done?
Yeah, so I think I've done 7 shows at Gallery. I've done Miracle on 34th Street, The Wiz, White Christmas, Footloose, Newsies, Shrek. I'm going out of order here. I think I might be missing one, or I don't know. But yeah, I've been in quite a few.
Wonderful. Do you have a favorite memory at all that you'd want to share with folks?
I think my favorite memories are probably of every show, just like opening and closing night. I think those are always super fun. Um, is that me?
Oh no,
Oh,
there's a
hold on. There we go. Sorry.
okay.
Okay, there was a weird
So,
noise coming from my end. I'm
okay.
sorry. But anyways, I think opening and closing night is always really fun. It's scary and opening night, and then in closing night, it's just always sad to say goodbye to a show and say goodbye, especially to the people in the show. Um, I don't know. One memory that comes to mind, not on opening or closing night, but when I was in White Christmas with Seth Rennie, we were on stage and I played Susan Waverly. He was like singing me to sleep because I couldn't sleep. And he's just supposed to sing to me and the music is supposed to start. But for some reason, the music didn't start. So we were just, I remember we were just sitting there, just kind of, that awkward silence where you're just waiting for something to happen. And he was just like, do you want to sing it with me? So we just sang it together and improvised, and actually went well. We were just, just one of those things where you have to improvise and work with what you've got. So,
So you
yeah.
so you sang it without music. You just sang it a cappella?
Yeah.
Nice. Nice.
Yeah.
Well, live theater, anything can happen. That's what we always say. That's one of the exciting times. But you
Yep.
were able to pull it off. So there you go. It was a win.
Yeah.
So it sounds like not all of them, but most of them that you've been involved with have been musicals.
Yeah, I think the only 2 that haven't been musicals were Best Christmas Pageant and Miracle on 34th Street.
The
So,
ones I
yeah.
directed.
Yeah.
So, so, so clearly, though, it means you must have some music talent and like music. Can you tell me about any training you have in music or dance?
Yeah, so I've been taking voice lessons like on and off since I was 6. Bethany Humley of the Humley Trio, she was my babysitter, and so I've been doing voice lessons with her since I was little. That was on and off, and then I I started doing voice lessons with Kathleen Vandeveer when I was in 7th grade. And I started dancing at Vandeveer Productions as well. So that 7th grade was what I think the year that I really decided to get serious with musical theater and decided that I definitely wanted to pursue it as a career. So that's when I started to get, into like more voice lessons consistently and dancing a ton. So, yeah.
Great. And you were telling me a little bit about how that works during the pandemic, but I assume a lot of people probably don't know is how have you been able to maintain any of that during this kind of stay-at-home time, and what are you able to do now?
Yeah, so during I think it was like April, the dance studio started doing Zoom classes. No like competition team classes or anything like that, but just jazz, ballet, tap, all that stuff. So I was really busy with that in the spring, and then we ended in June. And I was also doing some Zoom voice lessons with Miss K. So that was really nice to get singing again. And she did some vocal classes where we were just all muted on Zoom and she would play warm-ups for us. So we just improvised with that. And yeah, so now we're able to get back into the studio physically. We're in like these taped out boxes where we're like at least 6 feet apart, probably more. And wearing masks. We have our temperature taken every time we come in and wash our hands before we start dancing. So we're being really safe. So yeah, that's good.
Nice. Good. That probably feels a little better than trying to do it by yourself in your living room or whatever it was.
Yes, it was so nice to get back that first day. I was just like, oh, it's like a dream come true.
Nice. Oh, good. So you dance, you sing, and you act. So you're sort of what we call the triple threat. Are there any of those that is one your favorite? Do you enjoy all of them equally? What do you like about those?
I think probably singing is my favorite. That's what I started with. That's just what, before I even did theater, I was always singing. And I definitely like dance, but I didn't get into it until obviously 7th grade, so a little later than most people. But I actually really like dance, so yeah, and of course I love acting too, but that was kind of something that I like kind of fell into because I remember my mom just signed me up for auditions at the gallery, and then I ended up just really loving it and continuing to do it. So I think all three are pretty equal, but if I had to pick one, I would say singing.
Great. Now, I do think that during this kind of quarantine period, you were one of our quarantine cabaret singers, right? So folks that have seen that on Gallery's website or who joined the cabaret group could hear you and see you there.
Yeah.
So that's one way you could keep that up, I guess, by singing at home, but broadcasting that for an audience.
Yes, that was really nice to just be able to sing whatever was on my mind, and then we did some like theme weeks. So that was really fun to pick out songs that fit within the theme.
Super. Now, I think I also heard you say that your mom was the one that sort of talked you into coming to an audition. And if I'm not wrong, other members of your family have sort of followed you into Gallery. Can you tell me about the involvement by the rest of your family?
Yeah, so my sister Maisie was Susan in Miracle on 34th Street, so the main character, and she really liked that. And then when our dance teacher, Kathleen Vandeveer, directed Footloose, she was in that as well. And then same with my mom, actually. She was in Miracle on 34th Street and Footloose, so that was fun. And then my my other younger sister, Ruby, was in Shrek the Musical, and she was Baby Bear, and she had a lot of fun with that. So, yeah.
So we've got all the Riddle women, but so far the Riddle men are staying far away.
Yes, the Riddle men haven't joined in yet, but
They're
we'll
good
see.
audience members.
Yes, for sure.
Nice. How about, what is something you'd say you've learned from your involvement at Gallery or in the arts?
Well, I think I never really did like team sports when I was little. I tried soccer for one season, and I hated it. So I definitely found the place where I was meant to be. And I think that theater has really taught me teamwork and just how to work with people and communicate with people and it's really important to just work together to pull off a show. You can't do it when everyone's disagreeing and not talking to each other. So I think that's really important. That's something I've definitely learned.
Excellent. And I suppose this is sort of the flip side of that, but what is something that you find very challenging about involvement in the theater?
I guess it just, I don't know. I love so much about it. One thing that's like very specific is probably like quick changes, I guess.
That's good. A skill.
Yeah, stuff
Have
like
you had
that.
to do some of?
Yes, for sure. Just,
Yeah.
I think quick changes and just all the little technical things where I think the tech side is very hard, where you're doing tech day and just working on like your cues and all the lighting, which obviously I'm not in charge of, but it's hard to get all those little technical aspects to come together in a show, and usually that happens towards the end. So yeah, that's definitely one of the challenging parts.
Absolutely. A lot of tiredness that week often, huh? Getting all those pieces to come together.
Yes.
What is your favorite part of your involvement, or what do you find maybe most rewarding about having done shows?
I think one of my favorite parts is really like the friends that you make when you're in a cast. It really becomes like a family. In every show I think I've done at Gallery, it's really hard to say goodbye to people. Obviously, you're not saying goodbye forever, but to seeing them every day, and yeah.
Awesome. And now I also think that I heard you say early on that this is sort of something you want to do beyond just your high school years, that this you have some aspirations after this. So tell me a little about that. What are your hopes for your future?
Yeah, so I want to eventually major in musical theater or go to a conservatory. And then my ultimate goal is to be on Broadway. So
I love it. Fantastic. I hope you do it. You've got lots of talent and we're all behind you. So that's wonderful.
thank you.
I guess my final question would be, do you have any advice, particularly for young people who might maybe think someday they'd like to do something at Gallery, but they're not sure? What would you tell the person who's kind of thinking, I don't know if that's something, maybe I'd like to do it?
Yeah, I think theater is just so much fun for me, at least. It's so rewarding, especially when you're finished working on a show and it's time to perform. Just all those little aspects that come together. It's just so rewarding to see like something visual that you can really say, oh, I did that and I worked on that. I think it's, yeah, definitely really rewarding. And it's also so good for confidence and like public speaking. I think that has helped me so much in like school. I'm so comfortable with doing book reports and stuff like that. I think it's just so good for your confidence, and yeah, it's just, that's one area has really helped me with in life.
Fantastic. Well, we are lucky that you chose to walk into Gallery and do that. And your whole family's been fantastic and such talent. And we're excited to see where your future takes you. So thanks for your time, Daphne. I appreciate you spending a little time with me and letting us all get to know you a little bit better.
Well, thank you
Have a
for
great
having
day.
me.
You bet.
Too.
Bye-bye.
Bye.